Energy.
Mr. Lover playing right there for you from Tiwa Savage. Welcome to this edition of Truth Cafe in the month of love. Are you feeling the love already? It's been a hot day today. It's been quite hot, and I'm getting comfortable. I'm taking a couple of clothing items off, and tonight I want to talk to you about why Truth Cafe is 18 and over. I'm trying to make you feel my vibes on my level. So get comfortable with me. Take off your bra, take off your tie, take off whatever it is you want to take off, and join me right here on my Truth Cafe couch. My name is Miss Nerima, and this is happening only on NRG X. Don't go away. I hope you're comfortable. I hope you feel good now. I hope you feel great. I hope you have a glass of something cold in your hand, and well, it's long, loose, and full of juice. Welcome back to Truth Cafe right here on NRG X, and as usual I will be riding with you all the way until 9 p.m. I know it seems short, but definitely sweet, definitely worth your while. So early this morning when I woke up to a DM asking me what my age was, and it got me thinking, what was I like during my different phases when it came to sex? And when it came to puberty, that's when I started learning about sex, right? At school, with just a little touch on reproductive health, just a little, not going in too deep, and we were really shy to talk about it in public. But you see, the curiosity is piqued, and you start to ask yourself, what is this thing? If you stay on NRG X tonight, Truth Cafe, I just might tell you. Are you warm? Are you comfortable? Are you digging NRG X tonight? Are you digging the Truth Cafe? And are you riding with me? I'm glad you're still here. It's still NRG X, still Truth Cafe, still with me all the way until 9 p.m. Well, I was thinking, I really did imagine what I was like in my early teenage. You know, when you get to high school, Form 1, Form 2, and your entire body is a riot. It's like your hormones are running everywhere and nowhere at the same damn time. You feel horny, but you don't know what it is. You feel tired, you feel happy, full of energy, and your body is changing. Then you start to smell different, you start to look different, you start to appear different. But what they teach you in class is only the reproductive bit of it. So you start to really wonder, is this all there is about sex? Is this all a hype? Luckily for you, you've got NRG X, you've got Truth Cafe, and you've got me, Miss Nerima. And I've got about 1.5 more hours. So I'm gonna let you marinate just a little bit. Usiende mbali. I'll be right back. Oh, then came adolescence. Ooh, Lord, the confusion, the wants and the needs and the conflict and everything in between. You see, one of the reasons why I like hanging out with you guys right here on Truth Cafe, only on NRG X, is because we have real conversations, right? I mean, looking at my anonymous chat window, some of you are telling me your high school experiences, and boy, do I relate. Do I relate? Like, it's almost ridiculous to imagine that we were once there and we are where we are right now, because, man, during adolescence, my hormones were raging. There was a continuous, constant riot in my body, and I just didn't know how to channel the energy. But in hindsight, it was my body getting ready for possible sexual activity, which occurred a little later in my life, but it still did. Let me play you a little bit more music because I'm really interested in what we're talking about. Keep the comments coming on the anonymous chat window. Keep them coming on Instagram or on Twitter. Use the hashtag TruthCafe and NRG X. Once again, this is Miss Nerima, and I am not going anywhere. Well, at least not yet. That was Ciara telling us that her body is our party, and I tend to agree with her. My body is your party, your Truth Cafe party, your NRG X party. You know, at that stage now, you've started drawing all these romantic illusions in your head about the kind of sex life you're going to have, because at that age I was reading a lot of Mills and Boon. So when I watched Aquaman at the end of last year, I had a mini crush on him because he was the poster boy for Mills and Boon. But that wasn't the only book I was reading. That was not the only content I was exposed to. But it kind of brought me to this stage where, you know, the lessons in reproduction are a little bit deeper, and the teachers are putting us in separate classes, boys different, girls different, and we talk about sex. And it was really weird. But the difference is, they didn't talk about sex the way you and I talk about sex. They didn't talk about sex the way we explore sex. I mean, listen to us. Listen to how we're rolling. Listen to how we're vibing. Just listen. Imagine this was high school. Imagine we had access to this when we were much younger. Imagine the intensity. Imagine the touch, the taste, the scent, the smell, the sound of it. Don't go anywhere. Miss Nerima will be right back right here on Truth Cafe, NRG X.
Energy.
Opening the second hour of Truth Cafe right here on NRG X with Ludacris and Kelly Rowland telling you that they'll be steady representing just the way I am. So, sit on the front row and watch me perform. Watch me perform for you, because I want to grab the wheel and drive you crazy tonight. Thank you for staying with me. And where was I a little earlier? Oh yeah, that's right. You turn, say, 16, 17, 18, actually 17, 18, 19, around that age, after reading all the Mills and Boons, after watching all these porn videos you've been watching. They serve their purpose, but I find them quite distasteful. That's why you've got me, loves, because sex with me is a journey that starts in the mind. So I'm marinating you for later tonight. You never know where I'm gonna find you. Anyway, 17, 18, 19. Guess who shows up on your sexual radar? You've got your cougars, you've got your sugar daddies, and they all crawl out of the woodworks, because suffice to say, you are ripe for the picking. If you haven't already had sex, or you have, they're ready to take you down a more interesting sexual journey. Because at that time, you're still formative. Your mind is still open to suggestion. You're still, willing to try one or two things that are not yet in your playground. If you're into toys, if they're into toys rather, and they introduce you, you're introduced to the life. If they're into role play, if they're into whatever it is they're into, between 17 and 90, that's when they start to look for you. I'm not saying it's a good thing. You actually have to be of consensual age. Nevertheless, this is the reality. So what do? Miss Nerima tells you as it is. So unless you don't want to do it, then don't do it. If you want to do it, be clear about it. Let me play you a little bit of music, because it's getting a little heavier now, right? And I don't want to lose you. We've established such a great vibe. As I mentioned earlier, right here on Truth Cafe, only exclusively on NRG X. And just in case you have a friend who's wondering how they can access this, just tell them the link is nrg.radio /X, and we are only available online. In continuation, I lost my train of thought there just for a second, but I'm back. Could never lose you too long. When my body started developing intense sexual needs during teenage, that is, that's when, ironically, I was introduced to porn. I think many of us have been introduced to porn, and let's talk a little bit about porn. I mean, it's just this girl walks into a room, or these guys walk into a room, Sometimes it's more than one guy, sometimes it's more than two girls. You never know, man. Porn is porn. They walk into a room and there's little to no talking. Next thing you know, the guy is on the girl's boobs, the girl is sucking his dick. Like, really, that's just it. That's everything. And if you're lucky, the girl may get some head. Depends on what you're watching or what you're into. Next thing you know, there's a whole lot of pounding and screaming and a lot of fluids flying around. I've always thought, even from the onset, I've always thought it was quite animalistic until I experienced that kind of thing, although there were no cameras. But the thing with porn is mostly it's acted. But in real life, things tend to happen a little bit differently. And when you're in your later teens, that's maybe between 16 to 18 there, when you really now start having the desire to have sex, like your body craves some type of attention that you can barely give yourself. Because I started masturbating when I was like, what, 14 maybe? I didn't know what it was then, but I was doing it and it felt good. Then as I got older, then I realized, oh, this is masturbation and I can do it by myself. This is great. So you get introduced to that and voila. Then you need more, you want more, and you start to find your tribe. And at the same time, some cougars and some sugar daddies are also looking at you. So damn, honey, you're on fire. You are ripe for the pickings, like you've been marinated just right, ready to be grilled. Are you enjoying the music on Truth Cafe tonight? Are you liking what we're playing for you on NRG X? Are you liking the conversation tonight? Drop me a comment in the anonymous chat window. Keep talking to me. I like it when you talk to me. I feel we really are connecting, and I like it when we connect. Yeah? Now when the cougars and the sugar daddies and your intense sexual desires come through, you get tempted, you get into bed with someone, you lose your cherry, and for the most part, the first time is awkward, but you kind of liked how you felt, so you keep doing it more, and you are more excited and more enthusiastic to explore sex and find out more about it. That's when you pick your computer up or your phone and key in nrg.radio/X on a Monday like this one between 7 and 9 o'clock, and you find Miss Nerima on Truth Cafe, and she's talking about how you perceive sex at your age and you relate and you feel like, oh my god, she is me. Oh my god, I went through that. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's because I'm real, honey. And I like that you recognize that. Real recognize real, right? Exploration. Exploring yourself, exploring your body, exploring your sexuality, your sensuality, touching yourself, feeling yourself, playing with yourself, watching others play with themselves and trying what you see, listening to me and playing with yourself. You know, when you just run your fingers down your chest, over your breasts, down to your thigh, over your belly button, and at the meeting of your thighs. And if you're a guy, when you listen to me and you put your hand in your boxers and you start to rub just gently, not too hard. Yeah, that's what Truth Cafe is, my love. It's wild, it's unhinged. It is NRG X. Ooh, where you get to express yourself in whichever way you feel comfortable, right? And you see, that excitement that you had as an enthusiastic teenager to keep exploring yourself led you to seek more sexual content and actively taking every opportunity to have sex. I don't know if there's ever a time I had more sex than my late teens, because wow, it's like something had snapped in me, something had changed, and I wanted more of it. I mean, I was introduced to this life where I could get unlimited sweetness, unlimited deliciousness, unlimited loving, and I am so glad I got some really, really, really amazing sex when I was 19. But that time was epic. It was epic because the more I engaged, the more I discovered my body, the more I wanted. And the more I got, it was just on and on and on and on and on. Whew. Oh, my loves, look at the time. It's almost time for me to get out of here. It's almost time for me to bid you good night on Truth Cafe. But before I go, let me tell you what happened when I finally went to college. It was like I stood on a hill and took my clothes off. Freedom. Ooh, the freedom. I had a place to stay. I had food. I had freedom. No parents, no teachers supervising, monitoring my every move. It was, oh my God, it was like a gateway to reckless behavior had just been opened up for me. I mean, just like Zane said a minute ago, it was a place that is so pure, so dirty, and so raw because my threesomes were all in college. My experimental sex was in college. My continuous discovery of sex. Oh yeah, college. There used to be this song, I Love College, but it was based more on the fact that we loved drinking and being drunk. But to be honest, the part I loved the most about my college experience was the sex. I had it in loads and loads and loads of quantities, like every single day. Thank you for staying with me tonight on Truth Cafe. I will be back tomorrow and we will talk more about this thing called sex, this thing we love to do, we love to engage in. My name is Miss Narima and this has been Truth Cafe on NRG X. I'll see you here again tomorrow, same time.
Truth Cafe on NRG X. Express yourself.